So you brought your daughter to our Level 2 program a couple years ago.
Right.
What was it that made you want to bring another one of your kids back to the program?
I really liked bringing Joseph in because he was, I was concerned about his level of reading, whether he was where he was supposed to be, and Regina had such a good experience beforehand. She was very behind in her reading skills when she was going into the second grade, so when I signed her up for the class, right after she finished the class, she suddenly had a really good, strong interest in reading. It's like she wanted to start getting into early chapter books. She wanted to finish a book. She really got into understanding the story, starting to get the comprehension down, and starting to really put together the words into sentences into a story. One thing that I really noticed about him starting the class was that he was very hesitant in reading. Now when he reads, he really puts it together. He doesn't just read the sentence word by word, trying to just pronounce the word and go along. Now he puts the words together as a sentence, and now he's putting the sentence together as a story. And now I can ask him, what did you read about? And instead of him saying, I don't know, and thinking that it's just words, now he can tell me the whole story back. And he does a tell back really well. He'll go on and on about what the story is about, and almost from start to finish, which is nice because now I know that he's really reading, he's really understanding, and he's really getting what the book is about instead of why this homework, this is a fun book to read. The way the program book lists everything out for us is really nice because it kind of gives us a very good tool to know where we're supposed to be. So we'll look at the homework, we'll say, okay, we have this section to do and this section to do. And it kind of spreads it out really nice along the week. It's like, okay, today we do this small section and this small section, and it kind of builds up so when he goes to the next class, he kind of has the whole week kind of preparing himself for the next class and just following through as he goes in. I have both of my children, Regina and Joseph, in the program currently, and it's great having them in at the same time because they'll see what each other is doing in their program books, and they'll kind of compare, they'll work together in a way. Joseph especially likes to see what his older sister is doing, so he tends to look at the books that she's reading, and he'll start having an interest in those books. So he'll start wanting to pick up, are you done with that? Can I read that now? It's like she wants to be the big sister kind of overlooking him, and kind of guiding him in the reading, and then at the same time he's interested in, well, what is she doing that I can do, kind of thing. So it kind of falls really well with the two of them wanting to get into reading together. With Regina taking the course too, it's nice because she'll hand down a lot of books that she doesn't read anymore, and it's kind of nice how their library has kind of grown with her being in the class originally and having the original list of books that they can choose from that the program guide gives you. It's kind of nice how that kind of builds up on their library and kind of keeps the two of them together in terms of being able to look at what each other has in their little library. The teachers have been great in this program. The teachers you can tell that they have a love for English and that they have a love for reading themselves, and they really show that when they do the class. Really having that energy level for a second grade class, that's really important.
Yeah.
She's enthusiastic, she's positive, and she really gets the reading instruction into them in such a fun way that you can tell that the class is really paying attention, that they're really enjoying it. I think the best thing about the program is that it really got my children to want to read. They were having a very hard time just getting it together about what reading is about and why it's important. And now that they've taken the class and understand, it really helped them with the comprehension part, which was what they were struggling with. Especially for Joseph and the younger, and when Regina was in the younger class, being able to sound out the words and understand how to put the words, having the tools now to be able to sound them out and do the word attack so that they can put it together and understand how to pronounce it, really helped them out to be able to get to the next step of the comprehension part. Right, it's really great that they can just, they can look at the book, they're not intimidated by it anymore, and even if it's a large word that you wouldn't expect them to, they'll start breaking it down and trying their best, and they may not get it the first time, but they're not as intimidated anymore in reading, which is great.